If you listen to how smartwatches and fitness devices are marketed, it can sound like artificial intelligence is doing something almost magical. Words like insights, coaching, and personalization appear everywhere. But behind the marketing, AI in wearables is not about futuristic promises. It is about very specific, practical functions that help small devices with limited batteries and sensors make better sense of the human body. Understanding what smartwatches and fitness devices are actually using AI for reveals how grounded and utilitarian this technology really is. At the most basic level, AI in wearables exists to interpret raw data. Smartwatches collect enormous amounts of information every day: heart rate readings, movement data, sleep signals, skin temperature changes, and more. On their own, these data points are noisy and incomplete. AI models are used to filter out errors, recognize patterns, and translate raw signals into something meaningful. Without AI, most wearable data would be too inconsistent to be useful. Heart rate monitoring is one of the clearest examples. Sensors constantly detect changes in blood flow, but those readings are affected by movement, skin contact, and environmental factors. AI algorithms smooth out the data, identify outliers. This allows wearables to provide stable heart rate tracking during workouts, sleep, and daily activity instead of erratic numbers that jump around. AI is also central to activity recognition. Fitness devices do not just count steps anymore. They attempt to understand what kind of movement a person is doing. Walking, running, cycling, swimming, strength training, and even everyday activities like household chores produce different motion patterns. AI models trained on large datasets learn to recognize these patterns and classify activities automatically. This is why modern wearables can detect workouts without manual input and adjust tracking accordingly. Sleep tracking relies heavily on AI as well. Wearables cannot see brain activity directly, so they infer sleep stages from movement, heart rate variability, and breathing patterns. AI models analyze these signals together to estimate when someone is in light sleep, deep sleep, or awake. While not medically precise, these estimates provide useful trends over time. AI makes it possible to turn indirect signals into actionable sleep insights. Another major use of AI in wearables is trend detection rather than single measurements. One heart rate spike or bad night of sleep does not mean much. AI looks for changes over days and weeks. It identifies deviations from a user's normal baseline. This is how devices can flag unusually high resting heart rates, changes in recovery patterns, or signs of fatigue. The value comes from context, not from isolated data points. AI also plays a critical role in energy efficiency. Smartwatches and fitness trackers have very small batteries. Constantly running sensors at full power would drain them quickly. AI helps decide when sensors need to be active and when they can be scaled back. For example, the device may sample data less frequently when the user is inactive and increase monitoring during workouts or sleep. This intelligent scheduling extends battery life without sacrificing useful data. Workout guidance is another area where AI is used in a very specific way. Wearables are not replacing personal trainers, but they do provide basic feedback based on patterns. AI analyzes pace, heart rate zones, recovery time, and historical performance to suggest rest days, intensity adjustments, or goals. These suggestions are conservative and pattern-based, not prescriptive. The goal is to encourage consistency and injury avoidance rather than push extreme performance. Recovery tracking depends heavily on AI interpretation. Metrics like heart rate variability are influenced by stress, sleep, illness, and training load. AI models combine multiple signals to estimate how well the body has recovered. This helps devices suggest when to train harder and when to rest. Importantly, these are probability-based insights, not diagnoses. AI provides guidance, not certainty. AI is also used to personalize notifications and alerts. Early fitness trackers use generic thresholds for activity reminders or health alerts. Modern devices adapt those thresholds to the individual. AI learns typical activity levels, sleep habits, and daily routines. Alerts become more relevant and less annoying. This personalization improves long-term engagement, which is crucial for wearable usefulness. Health monitoring features increasingly rely on AI for early signal detection. Wearables look for patterns that may indicate irregular heart rhythms, breathing disturbances, or abnormal activity levels. AI helps reduce false positives by considering context and historical data. This makes alerts more reliable and less alarming. Importantly, these features are framed as awareness tools, not medical diagnoses. Another practical use of AI is sensor fusion. Wearables use multiple sensors at once, including accelerometers, gyroscopes, optical sensors, and sometimes temperature sensors. AI combines these inputs to improve accuracy. For example, movement data helps validate heart rate readings, while heart rate trends help interpret sleep signals. This fusion is what allows small devices to punch above their weight in terms of insight quality. On-device AI is becoming more common in wearables. Processing data locally reduces the need to send everything to the cloud. This improves privacy, reduces latency, and saves battery by minimizing wireless communication. AI models running directly on the device handle real-time tasks, while cloud systems are used mainly for long-term analysis and updates. AI is also used to adapt algorithms over time. As users continue wearing the device, the system learns what normal looks like for that individual. This personalization improves accuracy. Two people with the same device may receive different insights because their baselines differ. This adaptive behavior is one of the most valuable uses of AI in wearables. Importantly, AI in smartwatches is constrained by design. These devices are not built to run massive models or make complex medical decisions. AI is optimized for efficiency, pattern recognition, and incremental insight. This limitation keeps expectations grounded and aligns features with what wearables can realistically deliver. The quiet nature of AI in fitness devices is intentional. Users are not meant to interact with AI directly. They interact with summaries, trends, and simple suggestions. The complexity stays behind the scenes. This makes the experience accessible and reduces cognitive overload. As wearable adoption grows in the US, expectations are shifting. Users no longer want raw data, they want interpretation. AI provides that interpretation in a way that scales across millions of users while still feeling personal. Looking ahead, AI in smartwatches and fitness devices will likely focus even more on long-term trends, early warnings, and lifestyle consistency. The goal is not extreme optimization, but sustainable habits. Devices that help users understand patterns over time are more valuable than those that chase perfect accuracy.